One question that I did want to for the HR fraternity is I think it also needs to recruit better and faster, get some analytics into the process that we have, making even learning more technology enabled. And as HR professionals, often there's a temptation to go out there and buy as many fancy glittering toys that are there. How would you, as a CEO, advise HR professionals in terms of criteria to use when you're assessing what to go after? Because the moment you commit yourself to something, it is a commitment of the organization's time as well. So, what criteria would you use to say, hey, this is something which it's a good toy, but it's better than the shop. It doesn't need to be. And where would you say, hey, we need to do something and go after bringing, better, more efficient technology into the organization? What criteria do you use? What has been your experiences around that? So, Manu, since we've come to you last.
HRCOC that interacts with people, gets a pulse before we even formulate something within the company. Who's doing that? If an army gets a pulse check from people, any policies, we're trying as much to get in front as places before we roll new things out. But I think classic decision is really based on how many touch points we have with people. And like I said, not a surprise that all operational issues are being digitized, automated at a really rapid pace somehow.
The first thing is to pick up from what the prof also said. I think every HR person should be open to new ideas. So I think when a lot of new ideas are coming and we're talking about how to choose them, I would first encourage all of you to be open to new ideas, meet as many startups as possible, meet as many companies as possible who are giving you inputs, because you never know, that will expand your mind in a way. So that's something that I would strongly encourage, and I do that. Even in our businesses, whenever people reach out to us saying that, look, this is a new idea we have, we're pretty open. So that's the kind of culture we've built. Now, after that, to figure out what you should be doing, I think it has to be linked to your business priorities. So that it should be, what are the business priorities? The business priorities could be customer experience, it could be based on what is the growth plans that you have. In current, I think in many of our minds, the top thing is on digital technologies. How is digital technologies impacting our businesses? So for example, how is AI going to change the world? Everybody's been mentioning that, right? So if that is going to happen as a business priority, then what is it that the tool that has been pitched to HR can enable in those business priorities is one of the key criteria. The second criteria, in my view, should be that you should be looking at doing a pilot. It should not be a big bang. Look at a pilot, see whether it makes sense, then we go for it. So is there an opportunity for a pilot? Is there enough data, for example, data to clicks, HR thing that you're trying to do you really have data that will make the pilot be meaningful? Is something that you need to look at. And then finally, of course, comes in after that, the change management piece. If you want to implement this, you have enough stakeholder alignment on that. Just to give you an idea from our own company, there was a nice startup which came and pitched to us about how we're going to track everyone's productivity. So HR got excited about it and said, yeah, let's try and do this. But then there was absolutely nobody was interested in going for it, so we actually feel that idea. But that's the kind of the third thing, which is getting the stakeholder alignment. So those will be the three criteria.
So I have no idea. To be honest, I'm not a domain expert in HR tools, and I have absolutely no idea. I'll tell you what I see though. So it was fascinating in many ways as it relates to HR. We have tools for everything. Like everything, there's a tool for recruiting, and there's a tool for feedback and motivation, and then once you're in, all of the right onboarding is digital. So it's good. But the risk that I see personally is that we human beings need touch, and at least at Uber, we do a little bit of kind of over dependence on toys and tech without realizing the fact that this does require human touch. And I can be public about this. It's not just internal to our companies, but also the way we think about working with our extended workforce, right? And the reality is that it requires a level of personalization that I don't see. So I'm not claiming to tell you what toys are good. toys are good in that it improves efficiency, it brings transparency, it makes things faster. And to me, HR professionals should not be spending as much of their time in the plumbing of HR. But the strategic issues do require a level of thinking, human touch, which we should make sure that we retain.
We are absolutely in an era of abundance when it comes to these toys, and I would say even more so here in India. There's no shortage of apps and technology and so on, that automation that will help us achieve a goal. But it comes back to the original question, and Pradeep mentioned it earlier. Last year we created something called our True North, our North Star. Why do we exist? We came up with 4 key pillars on our ambition. So that becomes a filter or a rubric. So any toy that we consider needs to, and it would either come out as this will enable us to achieve that mission, or it won't. So it's either an enabler or a distraction. And I think we need to be very careful with some of the toys because they tend to be distractions rather than enablers. All of us have smartphones, and if you look at the number of apps on your phone, each claims to make your life easier in some way, shape, or form, right? And to save you time. Do we all have more free time on our hands now than we've ever had? No, we're busier than we've ever been. So I think it's very similar. It has to go into the filter and head towards our mission, and if it gels, if it makes sense, if it's going to help us get there, then do it.
It's very interesting, because the commonality in all what you said is that we need to think carefully about where is it that technology is going to help, but equally where do we need more touch, more engagement, and so that getting that balance right in the HR function is something which is a judgment call that CHROs along with the heads of businesses need to really be able to do. So thank you very much for that. I had a few individual questions.